Welcome, students. This video is the Understanding the Fieldwork assignment. It will help you learn how to prepare for and submit your fieldwork assignment. First of all, everything that I'm going to be covering is located in the Major Assignments folder on the Course Materials homepage. Once you click into the Major Assignments folder, you'll see folders that contain all of the instructions and the submission links for all the major assignments in the course, including the quiz project, the performance assessment project, this fieldwork paper, and the extra credit vocabulary project. The minor weekly assignments are not located in this folder. They're in the weekly module folders. If you click on the folder that's the fieldwork paper, you'll see a display that looks like this. This is where all of the material for the assignment is located. Let's go through the instructions for the assignment. You have two options to complete your fieldwork. You may either do an in-person classroom observation or a video observation. Both, regardless of what you do, they're both due on August 9th, and it's worth 20% of your grade. It's worth noting that this assignment is one of the few in the course that cannot be turned in late or revised. Let's say you decide to observe a classroom. You're going to go in and observe the classroom for 6 hours. It's best if you're doing cold calls to call the school administrator, explain the purpose of the assignment, and a request to come in to a classroom for 6 hours. In this folder is also a dean's form that verifies the nature of the assignment. If you need to print that off and send it or send it by email to an administrator, you may. That form does not have to be returned to us. It is called the Permission to Observe form, and it merely just verifies the nature of the assignment. It's important to note that all of your fieldwork papers will put through Safe Assign, which will check whether the paper or a portion of the paper has been submitted to Blackboard before. Safe Assign also checks internet sources, and if it is discovered you have plagiarized or used the same observation to write 2 or more fieldwork papers, or if you've duplicated portions of papers, your fieldwork paper in this course may receive a 0, or you may be asked to rewrite the paper. When you sit for your observation, be sure to take lots of notes. Take notes on the context, take notes on the lesson, especially take notes on the forms of assessments that you're seeing occurring. Then you're going to write a 4 to 6 page double-spaced paper using APA format. The outline is presented here. First, you'll describe the context of your observation, where you observed, the number of hours, the grade level, the teacher's background, the number of students in the classroom, boys, girls, etc. Then you'll briefly describe the lesson. This should take just a few paragraphs, but it should be written in enough detail that the reader can follow easily what the teacher was doing. Be sure to include the standard or learning objective for the lesson. Sometimes this is displayed on the board, sometimes it's posted in the room, sometimes you'll have to ask the teacher. The bulk of your paper should be on the use of assessment in the classroom. Some guiding questions include: what kinds of assessment did you see occurring? Formative, summative, performance-based, standardized, and more. Remember that assessment is about lots more than quizzes and tests. Provide specific examples and descriptions of assessment. How often did you see assessment occurring? Why was assessment done? And what special assessment accommodations did you see that were made for diverse learners? Your next section will be a reflection, and this is different than a conclusion. A conclusion summarizes what you did, but a reflection asks you to think deeper about what you learned. Some things on which you may wish to comment include: in what ways were your experiences similar to or different from your prior ideas on assessments before this observation and before this class? What surprised you? What did you learn that you wish to take into your classroom? You're going to provide citations and references to support your citations, at least 3, and you're going to submit your assignment to Blackboard and complete your fieldwork form on chalk and wire. You also have to complete a disposition survey on chalk and wire. So the main thing you want to do with chalk and wire is make sure you have an active account now. There's information in the fieldwork folder for how to do that. And if you run into trouble, contact our chalk and wire coordinator, Harriet Liu at hl@mercy.edu. A note for students who have been here before, we no longer have task stream. Here you see the grading fieldwork for the in-person observation. You can keep this by your side and rate yourself as you're going along with your paper to see how it might be graded. The context of the observation, whether you included standards or learning objectives, describing the lesson, the use of assessments. Here's the rubric continued, your reflection section, whether it's written like a reflection or more like a conclusion, whether you have 3 or more citations and correctly cited and referenced, whether you use good writing mechanics in APA format, and whether you submitted your fieldwork log and your disposition survey on chalk and wire. Now let's cover the video option. In lieu of an in-person fieldwork assignment, you may observe videos, and these videos are given to you at the end of this document. What you're going to do is you'll look at the certification videos that match the area of certification. So if you're elementary, you'll look at elementary videos. If you're adolescent, you'll look at adolescent. Some of you have been in my class before and may have seen these videos. You will have permission to view other levels of certification. So if you've seen the videos because you were in EDUC 517 Adolescent Psychology, you may view, for example, elementary videos. It's never a bad idea to see other levels of instruction taking place. Your videos should add up to 6 hours or more. The important thing here is not that you're spending 6 hours on them, but the length of the video itself must add up to 6 hours. So if you watch 3 hours of videos, but you take 6 hours watching them because you watch some of them over again, that only counts as 3 hours, not 6 hours. As you're going through, you're going to complete a summary form that you'll see in a minute. You're going to be taking notes on that, and you'll turn that summary form in. Just like with the in-person observation, you may not use the same observation to write more than one fieldwork paper. If you duplicate your work, you'll either get a 0 or be asked to resubmit the paper. So you're going to preview the outline that I'll show you and then watch the videos and take notes on the summary form. You're going to write your paper, and it's going to be a 4 to 6 page paper, double-spaced paper. Use the notes you took while viewing to assist you. Your paper must have a minimum of 3 citations, which may be from your textbook or from other sources. You should have a matching reference for each citation. You'll submit your assignment to Blackboard, complete your fieldwork and disposition form on chalk and wire. Here's the outline for the video option. You'll have an introduction. You'll briefly describe your 3 favorite videos. So you might watch many videos. You might watch 10, and they'll be on the summary form that I'm going to show you. But you'll only describe 3 of them. And for each one, you're going to describe what was occurring, the lesson, and explain why they were your favorites. Then you'll do some analysis work, and this is where you analyze the assessment that you see occurring in the videos. For each of the 3 favorite videos discuss the following topics. Did you see any formative assessment occurring? Was it effective or ineffective? Why? Same thing for summative assessment, same thing for performance-based assessment and other types of assessment. And overall, the use of assessment. How did the teacher's assessment inform his or her instruction? You'll have a similar kind of reflection that asks you to reflect on learning, and a conclusion and references. Here is the summary form I've been mentioning. For each video that you watch, you must put the video title, how long the video was, describe the context. So the context is given below the table. Approximate grade level, number of students visible in the classroom, and some more information. The final column is notes for you to use. It helps to take notes to document that you've seen the video here. This must be turned in to Blackboard along with your paper. It may either be a separate file that you turn it in or an appendix. The grading rubric for this version of the assignment is a little different than the other. You're still going to provide context of your 3 favorite videos. You're still going to provide the lesson, so enough description so that I can tell that you followed the lesson. Your description of the use of assessment will be evaluated. You'll still have a reflection piece, and you'll still have references and citations. You'll still be expected to write well using APA format. Your summary of observation form is actually a requirement on this option. If I don't get that, I'm going to turn your paper back to you. So I have to see that you watched all the videos and are not just describing your 3 favorite videos and didn't watch the rest of the videos. So summary of observation form must be turned in for the paper to be accepted. Your fieldwork log and disposition survey, just like for the in-person option, must also be completed on chalk and wire. Some of you may be wondering where the videos are that you may watch. If you look at the end of the instructions document, you'll see the table with all the fieldwork videos listed by area of certification. So if it's on this table, you may view it. This one that you see is listing the early childhood videos, and you'll see the name of it, the link, and the time. But if you scroll down in the document, you'll see the other levels of certification. They're listed at they're listed at the end of the instructions file, and they're also uploaded in a separate file in the fieldwork folder. That's it. Any questions, please feel free to email me at nhalbrunner@mercy.edu. Thanks, everybody.